What if someone told you that your entire life could change in just 1 year? Not 10 years, not 5 years, just 1 year. Most people think real success takes a lifetime, but sometimes all it takes is one decision. One moment when you decide that you are no longer willing to live the same life. This is the story of a man who felt completely lost. He had no direction, no motivation, and no confidence in himself. But within just 1 year, he transformed his entire life. A life going nowhere. Daniel Parker was 26 years old. On the outside, his life looked normal. He had a small job at a local office. He rented a small apartment. He paid his bills. But inside, Daniel felt something terrible. He felt stuck. Every morning he woke up tired. He went to work. He came home. He watched videos on his phone for hours, then he slept. The next day was exactly the same. And the day after that, and the day after that, weeks passed, months passed. But nothing in his life changed. Deep inside, Daniel knew something painful. He was wasting his life. The breaking point. One evening, Daniel came home after work. He dropped his bag on the floor and sat on the couch. He opened his phone and started scrolling. 1 hour passed, then 2 hours. Suddenly he saw a photo from one of his old classmates. The classmate had started his own company. Another friend had traveled to different countries. Another had bought a new house. Daniel looked at the screen quietly. He felt something heavy in his chest. It wasn't jealousy. It was disappointment. Not in them, in himself. For the first time in a long time, Daniel asked himself a serious question. What am I doing with my life? A powerful realization. That night Daniel couldn't sleep. His mind was full of thoughts. He kept thinking about his life. He thought about the last 5 years. Nothing had changed. He had the same habits, the same routine, the same excuses. Then a powerful idea entered his mind. If nothing changes, nothing will change. Daniel realized something important. His life would stay exactly the same for the next 10 years, unless he changed something. At that moment, he made a decision. A decision that would change everything. Daniel realized something important. His life would stay exactly the same for the next 10 years, unless he changed something. At that moment, he made a decision. A decision that would change everything. The 1-year challenge. Daniel sat at his desk and opened a notebook. At the top of the page, he wrote, 365 days to change my life. He made a promise to himself. For 1 year, he would improve himself every single day. No excuses. No laziness. Just progress. He didn't plan to become perfect. He just wanted to become better. 1 day at a time. The first month, building discipline. The first change Daniel made was simple. He started waking up earlier. Before this, he woke up at 9 a.m. Now he woke up at 6 a.m. At first it was very difficult. His body felt tired. His mind told him to go back to sleep, but he remembered his promise. So he forced himself to get up. Every morning he exercised for 30 minutes. Then he read a few pages from a book. Then he prepared for work. It wasn't easy, but slowly it became a habit. The second month, learning. In the second month, Daniel decided to learn new skills. He realized that successful people never stop learning. So every evening after work, he studied something useful. He watched educational videos. He read books about productivity and mindset. He practiced communication skills. Sometimes he felt tired after work. Sometimes he wanted to relax and watch entertainment. But he reminded himself of his goal. 1 year. Just 1 year of discipline. The third month, small changes. After 3 months, something interesting happened. Daniel started feeling different. He had more energy. He felt more confident. His mind felt clearer. Even people at work started noticing. One colleague said, "You seem more focused lately." Daniel smiled. For the first time in years, he felt proud of himself. Not because he had achieved something big, but because he was changing. The 6th month, a new mindset. 6 months passed. Half of the year was gone. By now Daniel had completely changed his daily routine. He woke up early. He exercised regularly. He read books every day. He learned new skills. Most importantly, his mindset had changed. Before, he believed life was unfair. Now he believed something else. He believed that small actions every day could create big results, facing difficult days. But the journey was not always easy. Some days Daniel felt exhausted. Some days he doubted himself. He wondered if all this effort would actually matter. But every time he felt like quitting, he remembered something. The old version of himself, the lazy version. The one who wasted hours on his phone. The one who complained about life. Daniel didn't want to go back to that life. So he kept moving forward. Month 9, opportunity appears. 9 months into his challenge, something unexpected happened. At work, the company announced a new project. It required leadership, organization, and communication. Most employees were afraid to take responsibility. But Daniel volunteered. His manager was surprised. This was the same quiet employee who rarely spoke before, but Daniel had changed. He believed in himself now, so he accepted the challenge. The big test. Leading the project was difficult. Daniel had to manage people. He had to solve problems. He had to make important decisions. But all the habits he had built helped him. His discipline helped him stay focused. His learning helped him find solutions. His confidence helped him lead the team. Slowly, the project began to succeed. The final month, finally the last month of the year arrived. Daniel looked back at his journey. The person he had been 12 months ago felt like a different man. He was no longer lazy. He was no longer lost. He had direction. He had purpose. And most importantly, he had self-respect. The result. At the end of the year, the company announced something exciting. The project Daniel had led was a huge success. Because of his leadership and dedication, the company promoted him to a higher position. His salary increased. His responsibilities increased. But something else had increased too. His confidence. Daniel realized that the biggest change was not his job. The biggest change was himself. The real secret. People often ask Daniel the same question. How did you change your life so quickly? Daniel always gave the same answer. I didn't change my life in one day. I changed it one day at a time.